Today's episode of Desertwood Days with Kathy Blaze is sponsored by Cole Obarts Entertainment, providing amusement, celebration, and distraction since 2013. To find out more, visit us on the web at www.coleobartsent.com.
Welcome back to Desertwood Days, and I am your host, Kathy Blaze. Today, I would like to welcome one of my beautiful actress friends to join me here on the couch. Let's welcome Deatra Branston. Hello.
Hi.
Oh my goodness, it's so good to see you.
Good to see you too. Thank you for having me.
Such a pleasure. It's been a while.
It's been a while.
Yes.
Definitely.
I think the last time I saw you, I was playing your obnoxious mom.
Yes, on Grown Women.
Yes. That was a web series by
David Gunn.
Yes. Called Grown Women.
Yeah.
And we had a blast on that set.
We did.
Yes.
It was nice working with you, but it wasn't the first time.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah.
Welcome back to Arizona.
Thank you.
We missed you, but we know you were abroad.
Yes.
Doing
Living
some
my best life.
Living your best life, doing some amazing things out there.
Yeah.
So, Deatra, you're a retired educator now.
Yes.
You're an actress.
I am.
I want to talk a little bit about some of the things we're going to get to acting, but I want my guests to get to know who Deatra is.
Yeah.
Okay, you're an educator. Just tell us a little bit about that.
Well, I started in the education system when I was 19 years old in the after-school programs and working my way up as a, teacher's assistant. And then I went to school and I got my degree in theater with a minor in dance and music. And then I ended up getting my master's in education so that I could teach it. And then from there I got my own classroom and worked my way up, and I decided to go abroad to teach drama, and I really enjoyed that experience.
That's wonderful. But I believe you were getting your master's when I first met you.
Possibly, yes.
Because I remember you talking about. And one thing that I love that you were always in the area of being an actress. I mean, you were teaching drama.
Yeah.
So you never left it.
No.
Even though
always been there.
You were an educator full time and you were teaching children.
Yeah.
But that still was in your heart.
Yeah, for sure.
To be an actress.
And I tried to do both, and I really wanted to try and make it work. So I taught drama here, and I did auditions, and I was in a few things, and
it's hard. It's hard to, and a lot of us do it. We work a full-time job.
Yes, for sure.
We act. We do other things. We have families that we have to take care of, and trying to be an actress full-time and squeeze that in between all those other things is really hard.
It is very hard. It's not easy at all.
So I know you just told me that you retired.
I did.
I'm happy for you.
Thank you.
If you're happy.
I'm happy for you too. Absolutely. It's a wonderful feeling. It truly is. And I just feel so free and being able to do what I honestly feel that I was meant to do in this world. So.
Right. So now you can really give your all to being that actress that you're meant to be.
Yeah.
So you went to China.
I did.
And that was for your work as an educator, right? Tell us a little bit about that experience.
Well, when I left the States, I was tired. And I just felt like it was just so much, and I felt like I was living the rat race, and I was just trying to keep my head above water, and I needed a change. I really needed a change. I had to find a way to come up. And so I chose China. I didn't do my research like I probably should have, but I just was willing to take that chance.
Right.
And I actually was tired of teaching in a classroom, so I wanted to be sure that I got into China in a way that I felt safe. So I went through Disney English.
Okay.
And I had done the Disney College program for a semester during my sophomore year. And so I felt like, okay, Disney's cool. They could bring me in. And that was fun because, you know, like, it's very peppy and like, woo woo. And I was just like...
And for those of us who don't know what Disney English is, tell us what that is.
So basically, Disney English was a program where kids could go learn English, but the theme of it was all through Disney.
Oh,
so,
okay.
like, you saw all the different characters, everything, the center that we were in had everything to do with Disney. So
that sounds like fun.
It was fun. You know, like we used to do like this thing in the morning where we'd have a circle and get the kids all riled up like when they first got to the center, and then we'd take them back to their classes and they'd learn different lessons. So, you know, the reading, writing, phonics, all of those things, the fundamentals, and yeah, they really enjoyed it. And I enjoyed it too.
Was this a public school?
No, it was like a community center, so kind of like an after school center for kids.
Okay.
Yeah, basically like that.
Okay.
But then it was time to move forward, and I knew I wouldn't always stay through Disney English, and I was ready to go back into the classroom. So I found a job working at the French school of Shanghai.
Okay.
Yeah, and I enjoyed my students. They were international students, so they weren't all Chinese. They were from a lot were from France. And other different places around the world. You know, some even from America. I had a student. Yeah.
What grade level were you teaching?
I was teaching, well, see, here it's different. So basically here, 6th to 9th grade.
Okay.
And there it was 7th, 8th, and 9th also.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Well, that was a great experience for you.
It was.
And was that your first time going to China?
It was my first time for everything.
Okay.
Like, I had never had a passport, and that was the reason why I had to get a passport. I had never left the country. Okay, so, and I'd never traveled anywhere so far.
Wow.
So it was definitely, and that was what world opened up for me to be able to travel other places.
Yes. So, which is a great addition to your resume, being an actress also now, having your passport.
Yeah.
The experience of living in China, and did you learn the language?
I did. Just a little bit. But living in Shanghai, I didn't have to really know it. Like, it was more like, I want to, so I'll learn it. But all the time, I remember one time going to a coffee shop, and I'm like, okay, I'm learning Chinese, and I'm going to practice on you. And the guy was like, just speak in English. I was like, okay, well, I guess that works.
He's like, I don't have time for that.
And most of the time, they wanted to practice English, so I'm trying to practice Chinese with them. So
he was just having a bad day. Let's let him get it back.
I was like, all right, well, can I get a coffee, please?
So, being in China and Shanghai, I was cyber stalking you. I was watching your posts and everything. You would post, and you also got involved in theater out there. Tell us how that was for you. What was the difference in theater, working in theater out there?
Well, when I first left, I still had that desire to act, and I initially looked and searched, for different things when I was there, but it was really hard. It wasn't something that just came up. Whereas here, you could search the web and try and figure out like auditions and stuff. And I did actually find one audition, and I got a call back. And I was on vacation. They're like, yeah, just, you can call back when you come back from your vacation. And then I just never heard anything again. And that was probably within like the first year or two. And I didn't find a community until like my last 2.5 years. But for me, it was being around people and just being introduced to different people and finding my way into that community, which I was very grateful for.
Yeah.
And I was going through a time of like really coming into like, hey, this is what you're meant to do in life. So you need to focus on this. And I just started manifesting and like really having like great positive thoughts, knowing my calling and actually sticking with it. And the year 2020, I started to do all of those things, and I started a production company.
Okay.
Yeah, called Creative Start Productions. And in 2021 is where everything just started to like really open up. Wow. And I had auditioned for so many different things, and I got cast in all of them. And the great thing about being there in that community is that it's so small, so you have time to be in certain productions because it ends and then the next one starts and whatnot. And I got cast in The Very Hungry Caterpillar, which was a traveling show. So it was a national show traveling around China. Okay. It was actually here. But yeah, it was amazing, and I really enjoyed that experience.
That is awesome. One of the national productions that you were a part of.
Yeah.
Okay, how did that go?
It was great. It was a nice experience because it was me as a foreigner was a Chinese production. So that I felt like was kind of rare. And I, of course, was the only Black cast member in the show. Okay. And so I was exposed, and, you know, like, kids got to see me. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yes. Where they may not have been exposed to seeing someone like me. Right. So I really love that experience.
I like that too.
And I also recorded it. Okay. Yeah, so it's something that I definitely am editing right now to show how that was for me. Right. Yeah, it was amazing. I loved it. Right. I really did.
How different was the industry out there than here in Arizona, would you say?
Well, and this is why I was saying that it was such a, like, for me, a sacred experience, because a lot of times foreigners don't often, like, they're not often in Chinese productions. Chinese productions are solely...
Predominantly.
Right, yes, exactly. Yes. So for me to be able to be in that, I felt really blessed, you know. And it was me and one other foreigner who was also American. Oh, okay. And the rest of the cast was Chinese.
Feel weird calling yourself a foreigner.
I know, right?
But you were. I absolutely was.
For sure. And yeah, it was just very different. And knowing that information where it was predominantly Chinese, and it was hard. It was very difficult to kind of like break into that. Right. Because the community that I was in the acting community, it was a whole bunch of other foreigners. Right. But it wasn't something that was going to get me an Emmy. You know what I mean? Going to get me those awards that I really desired to get one day. Right. And I knew that I had to move on. Yeah. If I really wanted to take this seriously, then I had to go back to a place where I knew that I could actually do that.
Sure, yeah. Sure. You know, one thing I love that you said, and you know, a lot of times we take that for granted, is you said finding your people. I love that you said that, because we take that for granted and don't realize how important that is. Yeah. And with you being in foreign land, you had to do that. In order to achieve those things and even to kind of feel somewhat whole, you had to find your tribe out there.
I did, and I really did find my tribe. I found so many people that are now, I consider family. Yeah. They were my family. They became my family out there, and they're people that I still keep in contact with. Right. They're some of my best friends in life, and it was an experience that I wouldn't change for the world. Right.
And you know, we all have that no matter what we're doing. I mean, like here on the set, I consider these my people, my tribe. I mean, I consider them family, people that I have to see every week. So, look, I have to see every week. But they are my people. Yeah. But I know you brought us some media. I'd love to take a look at that.
I did, yeah.
Yes.
They call him a Ronin, a masterless servant who's bound to his code and roams alone with only his soul. He offers his service to any employer who taken a desperate soul.
Introducing Stumble, the new dating app that lets you meet more people who are totally wrong for you.
Hi, I'm Deatra, and I'm 36. I'm looking for a Prince Charming, a man who's got a great head on his shoulders, one who is financially and emotionally stable. But I'll settle for a guy who has a job and can get a semi at this point. I'm chill, I'm laid back, let's get married. I would love to take long walks on the beach with you while watching the beautiful sunset. But not more beautiful than me, right? Admit it. You think she's prettier than me. At night, we can try anything up to and including pegging. And in the morning, I'll tell you exactly how I like my eggs. Fertilized. The firefly saw many lights and flew towards them. But they were not other fireflies. They were fireworks! Sparkling and glittering and shimmering in the night. When all was quiet, the firefly flew. The first performance was a play called Someone the Musical. And shout out to Ivan for, casting me in that. I played a character named Raina. And in that specific scene, I am singing a song where I'm trying to get the attention of my girlfriend. And she's off to the side flirting with another woman.
Okay.
So my emotions start to come through in the song, and I get really frustrated, and I don't even finish the song. And someone else actually comes in behind and finishes the song for me because I'm now arguing with my girlfriend on the side.
Okay, that's on the left. Yes,
right.
And on the second one?
The second one was actually my first production for Creative Star Productions. I co-wrote, I directed, and produced that sketch with another friend that is one of my best friends, Clem, in China. And it was so exciting to just put that all together. We had come up with the idea for Stumble when I was driving with him going somewhere in a cab to a museum. And I had this idea to have him start swiping for me on the dating apps and finding guys for me. And yeah, it just stemmed from there. And so we started with that to get sketches, and we actually have 12 other sketches for people to watch. And it was amazing. It was such a fun experience with him.
And the third one?
And the third one was actually The Very Hungry Caterpillar.
Okay.
Yeah, so it was my performance during that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're back here in Arizona. You've done a lot out in Shanghai.
Mm.
What's next for Deatra?
Well, I just got some new headshots, so I'm waiting for those to come back, and I got signed to an agency. Yeah, I know, I'm excited. I actually have a callback today.
Okay.
Yeah, I have a callback today, and I'm excited for that. I have many things in the works,
Wonderful. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So
I'm excited.
where can our audience find you?
You can find me on Instagram, also Facebook, Snapchat, all of it. Under Deatra Branston. All the same.
We so look forward to seeing what's next for Deatra Branston.
Thank you.
And we are so happy to have you back.
I appreciate it.
Thank you.
I'm happy to be back.
And we thank you for joining us here today on Desertwood Days, and we'll catch you next time.